Close your eyes for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. In the time it took you to open them, 2,418 people ceased to exist. Not died, not moved away, erased. This isn't a Hollywood script. This isn't a creepypasta. This is the absolute, terrifying truth about October 14th, 1993. A day the United States government has spent 30 years and billions of dollars trying to make you forget. Look out your window. You feel safe, right? You trust the ground beneath your feet. You trust that when you wake up tomorrow, the world will be exactly where you left it. But for the residents of Oak Haven, Washington, the world didn't just change, it swallowed them whole. Today, I'm showing you the evidence the FBI classified as Level 4 contagion. And once you see the leaked footage at the end of this video, you will never sleep with the lights off again. Oak Haven was a logging town, quiet, isolated, surrounded by 200 miles of dense, suffocating pine trees. At 6 a.m., the mail truck arrived. The driver, Arthur Penhaligon, expected the usual morning routine: dogs barking, chimneys smoking. Instead, he found silence. A silence so heavy he later told investigators it made his ears bleed. Arthur walked into the local diner. The lights were on. The jukebox was playing softly. Coffee pots were boiling over, spilling black sludge onto the linoleum floor. Plates of eggs and bacon were sitting in booths, still steaming. But there was no one, no waitresses, no customers, no cooks in the back. Arthur ran to the nearest house. Locked from the inside, he broke the window. Empty. Beds were unmade. Showers were still running, filling bathtubs with scalding water. Within 2 hours, the state police arrived. By noon, the National Guard. They searched every home, every basement, every attic. 2,418 men, women, and children gone. But here is where the story shifts from a tragedy into a nightmare. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no footprints leading into the woods. The cars were all parked in their driveways. The keys were still in the kitchen counters. But the investigators noticed 3 impossible details. Detail number 1, every single animal was left behind. Dogs, cats, birds, all locked in their cages or houses, perfectly unharmed. But they were entirely silent. Not a single dog barked for 3 days. Detail number 2, every analog clock in the entire town had stopped at exactly 3:33 a.m. And detail number 3, the one that caused the FBI to immediately seize the town and threaten to arrest anyone who spoke to the media? There was no dust. Think about it, a dusty logging town. But when the forensic team swabbed the tables, the floors, the windowsills, they found nothing. It was as if a massive, invisible vacuum had sterilized the entire grid. Immediately, the narrative was spun. If you search the archives of the Seattle Times for October 16, 1993, you'll find a tiny article on page 14, Underground Chemical Fire Forces Evacuation of Oak Haven. A chemical fire. That was their lie. They built a 12-foot razor wire fence around the perimeter. They wiped the town from the census. Go ahead, open a new tab right now and check Google Earth. Look up the coordinates. You won't find trees. You won't find abandoned buildings. You will find a massive, blurred, gray square, a digital black hole. For nearly 3 decades, the secret of Oak Haven was dead, buried under concrete and red tape, until 3 months ago. A user on a dark web forum known only as Echo Actual uploaded a single file. It was a digitized VHS tape. The timestamp? October 14th, 3:31 a.m. It was security footage from the Oak Haven gas station. What was on this tape is so deeply disturbing YouTube's algorithm has already tried to strike this video twice. but you need to see this. Watch the screen. It's 3:31 a.m. The parking lot is empty. Suddenly, at 3:32, the street lights flicker. Then, the first person steps into the frame. It's an older woman. She's wearing a nightgown. She walks to the exact center of the parking lot and stops. She doesn't move. She doesn't shiver. 5 seconds later, a man walks into the frame, then a teenager, then a mother holding a toddler, dozens of them, then hundreds, pouring out from the streets, packing into this single gas station parking lot. They're shoulder to shoulder, completely still. Are they sleepwalking? Is it a trance? Look at their faces. Let me zoom in. They aren't sleeping. Their eyes are wide open, staring straight up at the sky, and they are smiling. A massive, unnatural, ear-to-ear grin. It's 3:33 a.m. exactly. The video glitches. A blinding white light washes out the camera lens for exactly 1 frame. When the static clears, the parking lot is completely empty. 2,418 people, vaporized in a fraction of a millisecond. But Echo Actual didn't just leak the video. They isolated the audio because the camera had a microphone. For 30 years, we assumed they were victims. We assumed something terrible happened to them. But when audio engineers boosted the silent tape by 400%, they realized the townspeople weren't just standing there. They were whispering. All 2,418 of them in perfect unison. I'm going to play the audio for you now. Put your headphones in, turn it up, listen closely. We are not yours anymore. Where did they go? Did they ascend? Did they find a doorway to somewhere else? Or did something living up there in the dark simply open its mouth? The government isn't guarding an empty town, my friends. They are guarding a door, and they are terrified of what happens when it opens again. If this video gave you chills, hit that subscribe button right now. The algorithm is trying to bury this channel, but together we cannot be silenced. Leave a comment below. What do you think took the people of Oakhaven? Lock your doors tonight. Don't look too closely at the night sky. And remember, just because you can't see them doesn't mean they aren't watching you. Stay awake.